The year was 1983, and Hollywood was about to change forever. A movie so controversial it was nearly banned, so violent it shocked censors, so influential it defined an era. Today, we're exposing the dark secrets behind Scarface, stories that even die-hard fans don't know. From mysterious disappearances to psychological breakdowns, from hidden political messages to real-life gang connections, these facts will blow your mind. Get ready for the untold story of the most notorious gangster film ever made. Stick around until the end for a chilling bonus fact that will keep you up at night. Fact 1. The battle with the rating board.
Don't toot your horn, honey. You're not that good.
The MPAA's relationship with Scarface became one of Hollywood's most intense rating battles. The film received an X rating not once, not twice, but 3 times before finally securing its R rating. Director Brian De Palma engaged in a clever psychological game with the ratings board. He initially included scenes so extreme that they made his intended content seem tame by comparison. The infamous chainsaw scene particularly troubled the board, leading to multiple heated debates. De Palma brought in a panel of experts, including actual narcotics officers, who testified about the film's authenticity in depicting drug-related violence. The studio executives were forced to negotiate extensively, and the final compromise involved minimal actual cuts. Instead, De Palma adjusted camera angles and lighting in key scenes, creating the illusion of reduced violence while maintaining the intense impact he desired. This experience later influenced how the MPAA approached violence in other films of the 1980s. Fact 2. The cultural authentication process. The production team's commitment to cultural authenticity went far beyond basic research. They conducted over 300 interviews with Cuban immigrants who had arrived during the Mariel boat lift, incorporating their real experiences into the script. Stephen Bauer, the only Cuban lead actor, became an invaluable cultural consultant. He spent weeks working with Al Pacino, teaching him not just the accent, but the specific mannerisms and attitudes of Cuban immigrants from that era. The production hired over 100 Cuban extras who had actually experienced the events depicted in the film. These extras often provided spontaneous feedback during filming, leading to script adjustments that enhanced authenticity. The costume department worked directly with Cuban families in Miami to source period-appropriate clothing and jewelry. Even the background signage and props were meticulously verified by Cuban consultants to ensure historical accuracy. Fact 3. The Tale of Two Mansions. The iconic Montana mansion sequences required an unprecedented level of logistical coordination in pre-CGI Hollywood. While the exterior shots were filmed at the famous Coral Gables estate in Miami, Florida, the interior scenes were shot at the Biltmore Hotel in Santa Barbara. The production design team spent 3 months creating detailed architectural plans to ensure perfect continuity between the 2 locations. They built an exact replica of the Coral Gables staircase inside a soundstage for the climactic shootout scene. The team even matched the marble patterns and wood grains between locations. Set decorators purchased over $450,000 worth of period-appropriate furniture and decorations, making it one of the most expensive set dressing projects of its time. Interestingly, the real Coral Gables mansion has since become such a popular tourist attraction that local authorities had to establish special ordinances to manage Scarface fans' visits. Drop a like if you're enjoying these facts, and let's keep going. Fact 4. Pacino's physical transformation. Al Pacino's preparation for Tony Montana went far beyond traditional method acting. He spent 6 months living in Miami's Little Havana district before filming began, immersing himself in the Cuban community. Working with a former underworld figure as his consultant, Pacino learned specific mannerisms and behavioral patterns typical of newly arrived Cuban immigrants. The physical demands of the role were extreme. He trained with weapons experts for 3 months, learning to handle various firearms authentically. The final shootout scene took such a toll that Pacino suffered permanent hearing damage in his left ear from the constant gunfire. He also developed chronic back problems from wearing the heavy prop weapons and performing his own stunts. The cocaine scenes, though using powdered milk as a substitute, caused lasting irritation to his nasal passages, requiring medical treatment during and after filming. Fact 5. The soundtrack's hidden history. The musical score of Scarface holds deeper significance than most viewers realize. Giorgio Moroder's soundtrack was revolutionary for its time, marking one of the first major films to extensively use electronic music. The production team had originally planned a traditional orchestral score, but De Palma insisted on a more contemporary sound to reflect the film's modern setting. Moroder composed over 3 hours of music, much of which was never used in the final cut. The synthesizer-heavy score was initially rejected by Universal executives who felt it was too experimental. However, test audiences responded so positively to the modern sound that it was retained. The music's tempo and intensity were specifically designed to match Tony Montana's psychological deterioration, with the beats per minute gradually increasing throughout the film. This innovative approach to scoring influenced countless films that followed. Fact 6. The real-life inspiration. The true story behind Scarface goes deeper than its connection to Al Capone. The scriptwriters drew inspiration from multiple real-life crime figures, particularly those involved in the cocaine trade of the late 1970s. Oliver Stone conducted extensive research, even meeting with DEA agents and former drug traffickers to gather authentic details. The character of Tony Montana was actually a composite of 3 different real-life figures from Miami's criminal underworld. The production team had access to actual police files and crime scene photographs from Miami's cocaine wars, which influenced many of the film's most dramatic scenes. The famous chainsaw scene was based on a real incident documented in police records. Several locations used in the film were actual sites where similar events had occurred, lending an eerie authenticity to the production. Fact 7. The political subtext. Scarface's deeper political commentary was carefully woven into every aspect of the film. Oliver Stone wrote the script as a direct criticism of the Reagan administration's policies and America's relationship with Latin America. The production design team incorporated subtle political symbolism throughout. The color scheme of Tony's mansion deliberately matched the colors of the American flag, and the set decorators included period newspapers and magazines with relevant political headlines and background shots. The film's critique of capitalism was emphasized through increasingly elaborate set designs that reflected Tony's growing wealth. Even the background extras were carefully chosen to represent different social classes, with their positioning in scenes deliberately arranged to comment on social hierarchy. The film's release coincided with several major political events involving Cuba and drug trafficking, making its commentary particularly relevant. Fact 8. The lost footage mystery. The existence of alternative footage from Scarface has been a subject of intense speculation in Hollywood circles. Beyond the famous alternate ending where Tony survives, there exists approximately 40 minutes of cut footage that has never been seen by the public. This includes several character development scenes that were removed for pacing, including an extended sequence showing Tony's early life in Cuba. The climactic shootout originally ran for 15 minutes and included additional character deaths that were deemed too extreme. The complete rough cut of the film ran for 3 hours and 20 minutes. Various prints of this footage were supposedly stored in Universal's vault, but a fire in 1984 allegedly destroyed some of this material. However, several crew members have claimed that copies exist in private collections, leading to ongoing debates about the lost footage's whereabouts. Fact 9. The psychological impact. The filming of Scarface took a significant psychological toll on cast and crew members. The intensive 7-month shooting schedule required participants to remain in a dark psychological space for extended periods. Several actors reported experiencing nightmares and anxiety during filming, particularly during the more violent sequences. The The production employed a staff psychologist to help cast members deal with the emotional impact of their roles. Mary Elizabeth Mastrantonio, who played Gina, later revealed that she underwent counseling after filming concluded. The realistic nature of the violence and drug use affected even veteran crew members, with several requesting transfers to other projects. The cast held weekly support group meetings to help cope with the film's intense subject matter, a practice that later became more common in Hollywood productions. Fact 10. The legacy and influence. While Scarface's initial reception was notably mixed, its influence on popular culture has been unprecedented. The film has generated over $1 billion in home video sales and merchandise revenue. Its impact extends far beyond cinema into music, fashion, and gaming industries. Over 200 hip-hop songs have directly referenced the film, and the original props and costumes have sold for record amounts at auctions. The Smithsonian Institution has requested several items from the production for their film history collection. The film's dialogue has been quoted in over 150 other movies and TV shows, and its visual style has influenced numerous directors. Marketing executives have noted that Scarface merchandise consistently outsells products from other films of its era, making it one of the most commercially successful properties in Universal's catalog, despite its initial controversial reception. Bonus fact: the Scarface curse. The so-called Scarface curse has become legendary in Hollywood circles. Multiple locations used in filming have met mysterious ends. The Miami mansion used for exterior shots has changed owners 7 times since filming, with each owner reporting inexplicable occurrences. 3 key filming locations were destroyed within 5 years of the movie's release, one by fire, one by a hurricane, and one by mysterious circumstances that led to demolition. Several crew members reported strange accidents during filming, and multiple props used in key scenes have vanished without explanation. The film's negative was damaged under unusual circumstances during post-production, requiring expensive restoration. Even more intriguing, several background extras who appeared in the film later became involved in real-life crime scenarios eerily similar to scenes they appeared in, leading to ongoing speculation about the film's dark influence. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to catch more amazing movie facts. We'll see you in the next video.